That book seems a bit... Alright, looks fine. Alright, good morning. I can't remember where I left off a couple of days ago. But I think it was... Alright, so I did some work off stream yesterday. I do have to mention... Maybe if I can still find it. A video that was quite really helpful. This one. I will link it. Maybe I should save this. It's really good. I like the way how it's helped me understand a lot of trying to parse wayland data. Along with the books, of course. I'll leave that in the description of the video. Right, so we're able to get data back. So I think for today, what I'd like to do is parse edit events and let's just copy this. And then parse response. I think this would be a good start for today. Okay, so before I proceed, let me open up the resources. Core. Okay, I do have a much better understanding of how the documentation here works. And I do need the XML. Yeah. Yeah. I think yesterday I was going through this XML quite a few times. And it started to like make a little bit of sense on how to read this documentation. Well, and get the opcodes, etc. Maybe I can show it as I go. Display registry. I just created this as an enum. I think that might be a better way to do it. So what does it do now? To do. Okay, yesterday off stream, what did I do? Can't remember. Where is get registry? Okay, yeah, this is what I did. I cleaned up handling the events. And yeah, just created simple methods to be able to handle it for now. Why is it on display? Get registry. Okay, because I'm sending object ID 1. There might be a better way to do the opcodes, but right now, not sure. I think if I... Because the opcodes are sort of loosely based on this, or not loosely, I think based on this order. and it's the same order as in the XML. For example, registry, and since I think this is first interface, this has opcode 0. And sync is opcode 1, registry is opcode 2, is it? What was the opcode? Oh, it's also 0 indexed. Because I think I did use get registry. Yeah, I use 1. So it's also 0 index based. And it's the same for the errors too. Okay, so let's start by parsing. Handle display this one. Now that I've explained it, can't remember. Can remove that. I'll do that later. Handle display event. Header displays here. Get registry. What is the response? I think you can find it here. Excuse me. The response is name, version, and interface and version. I think these two are U32. What is the opcode that's returned? I like it's printed. Standard debug print. I can just print the header. Dot header. Display op 0. Actually doesn't make much sense. What am I sending? Am I sending the wrong ID? Yeah, I am. I think because I wanted to parse the error. What is the indicator that opcode 0 is error? Wire protocol basics, messages. Events. The server can also send back to the client events. One event that the server can send. Regarding a WL surface is enter, which it sends when that surface is being displayed on a specific output. Message references another object by ID. WL output object which the surface is being shown on. I think I did see it somewhere, but I can't remember. Protocol design patterns. Let's have a look at the XML. Display. Sync registry. Get registry error. The error event is sent when a non-recoverable error has occurred. The object ID argument is the object where the error occurred, most often in response to a request to that object. The code identifies the error and is defined by the object interface. As such, each interface defines its own sets of errors. The question is, how do you know it's an error? I briefly figured this out yesterday. Can't remember anymore. Wayland. Check if response is error. Okay. Object ID and the event opcode. Events can be error conditions. The event includes the object ID and the event opcode, from which the client can determine the type of the event. Events are generated both in response to requests spontaneously when the server state changes. Actually, is it because it's the first event? Because there's 1, 0, and 1. Okay, I mean, that's one way of assuming. Let's say if it's 0. Then we do need to handle handle error event output dot data. I think it needs the header too. Event takes output data dot, and it would return I think an error type. Const error. Can we do that? Bullet error event. This would have object ID. Should be a U32. Error code. Which is also a uint. Oh no, the object ID is an object. What does that mean? And message is slice of const u8. This also needs to be a packed struct because it comes. Object ID is an object. Is there an example? Let's just assume that's a uint for now. Actually, I can just print this. And output dot data. Just return void for now. So if I assume it's like 32 bits or 4 bytes, that's the ID. That looks right. It's the same as the display. And that would be the code, error code, which would be, what would it mean? What's the first error code? Invalid object. Okay. And this is the string. I assume that's the string length, and that's the rest of the string. Don't know how to read the string yet, but can read. Versus to const object ID is equal to read bytes standard mem bytes to value. It is a U32. Its type and bytes, which is output dot data 0 to size of 32. Kind of makes sense. I guess I could just do it here. Can I do buff slice of U8? Object called struct. Parse event. Yeah, added event. Then I guess that's it. Would return another event. Maybe I can add a, though not sure yet. Then I guess I could copy this. Header event, consume len, yeah. Move that there, get rid of that. And I can just handle this here. Header event is event of the buff equals output data. Parse. Parse header. Maybe I can just make this void. I can just return object. return I guess standard debug print display error. Dot message. Okay, the object ID was the easy bit. Excuse me. Things of dot to size of U32. Is it possible to do size of okay, I'll just keep it simple for now. Make it U32. I think this would be the same for if self buff len is less than size of object, then error dot invalid error event. What do they call it in the documentation? It's an error event. It's a way to call this arcs. Error event arcs. Okay, now for the hard bit, which is just to parse bytes a string. So if I am to assume this is the size of the string, Zig bytes. So if you wait to string. Well, I guess seems to be null terminated as well. Okay. Contour when is message when that, and then const message is equal to not sure if that will work. Actually, that doesn't need to be packed. Yeah, because did I change the name parse event? How did I fix this before? Oh, standard debuff. I think it should be header union is ignored. Switch header. Oh, okay, I think it's where I call this. Let's go. That took a bit of time, but I think we got there. Why is there an extra line here? Standard log dot display valid new ID of 1. Okay, now it's actually starting to make sense. Now let's use the right ID. Get registry. Oh, that's the object ID. Opcode. Okay, so there's no errors, but I do need to parse the response. The ID needs to be updated as well, but I think that can be done later. Right, so what to do on success? Cross event. That's the error. Right, and I need to do the same for display, which would be registry global. Announce global object. Notifies and even name is now available. Name, interface, and version. We can call it const. Let's make a copy of this. Call it registry event for now. Off. Yep, this can be the same. I'll take this name, interface, version. .32. This is slice of const. Wait. It's free global, yep. So now handle display event. Interesting. What would the opcode be? Let me print that again. Standard debug. It's not a display event. Yeah, that actually makes sense because That's weird. So what event is it? Weird. What am I doing wrong? Oh, you can mark that as done. Turn read. Oh, I changed the op ID, that's why. Because that was not it. It's the new ID. Now I'm just confusing myself. Why did I use that? Let me check again. Display. W display 0, 1. I need to get registry. So that's 1. The request new ID is, I mean, this can't be. I think it's just a U32. Okay, that makes more sense. To do keep track of new ID. Okay, so I'm assuming these are the interfaces. What's with this? There should be registry event. Yep, that makes sense. Try handle registry event output. Be the same. I think this could be made more generic, but I think I'll do that later. Registry event. Header dot op. Should be 1. So for 2, I think I can just standard log print undefined unimplemented event handler not implemented. And then 1 should be So one is defined. Okay, that's the registry event. Parse event. Guess I could copy these. Registry. Interface. And we can print the interface name. Registry args dot message. Does it have a message? No, dot interface. Info. Right. Now to parse the thing. This would be name. I wonder if there's a problem to can I just do this here? Interface then, and then call this here. This will be interface version. It will be this version. I think I suppose this is that should be the last part of the message, so I don't need to consume. Actually, I can. Just in case I read it again. Yeah. I can do the same here. Okay, yeah. Now, I'm not sure how well this would work. Let's try it. $61. Parse event 164. What did I call it? It should be registry. Same for yeah. Okay, why is it 0? Name and ID. Okay, interesting. I was sure it would be the first one. Get global registry object. This creates a registry object that allows the client to list and bind global objects available from the compositor. Op 0. Okay. So I guess it's just name and ID. Guess instead of parse event, can I call this global? I'll call this global. Oh, wrong. Let me just move this out of the way. Just event parse global. Okay, and then here I can do the same. Global. Oh, sorry. Bind. Event and new ID. Bind event. Create a new one. Maybe there's a better way to do it. This is name and ID. Parse. So this would be bind event. This would return bind. I can get rid of this. And that, this would be bind, name and ID. Okay, I think that should be it. Oh geez, what went there? Something went wrong. My interface definitely looks wrong. So it's my The version looks wrong as well. That was weird. Why did it return bind before? Well, the data went out. Oh, that's fine. I think because my buffer is too small. Where's the buffer? 1024 4096. Well, no, something else. I'll figure that out later. Name is one. The interface is totally wrong. And then version becomes wrong as well. My guess is parsing string. I don't think that's the right way to parse strings. I think I know. What is the parse global event? Standard debug print interface when okay, I think that sort of says why. That makes sense. What if I print? Let me remove this. Yes. Because, and let me print the buffer. Yes. Because I think version is 4 bytes. Where is this coming from? So whatever length this is, okay, and that's why it's, okay, there's some padding here. So these are like, because there needs to be like, I'm guessing it's like one word each. Okay, but I think this is not bad. Bytes to value. Interface, len, where is this? Okay. I think that's fine. Is after x round up to next byte. Most likely, I don't know. Yeah, gotta do that. That's 4 bytes. That's 4. That's the length of the string. And I'm guessing the string stops here. And then this is like sort of padding to complete the byte. And that's the version. That's why the version number is like way off. But this is not right either. So I need to figure that out. I suppose interface. I'm not sure where it's even printing it from. For okay, so whatever the length is, 4 and 4, and I'm guessing the length is 14. Well, it does say 14. So that would be 4, 8, 12, 14. So I need to like sort of, when I consume it, it needs to be rounded up to the next. I should consume all the way up to 16 instead of 14. Round up to next byte. Hang on, do I not consume? Oh yeah, that's wrong as well. Should be interface. But it needs to be rounded up interface. Then so I guess let's say if its length is 14, which it is, I need to consume 16. So it's 14 divided by 4 plus 2. Can I just do 14 plus 14 divided by 2 and then divide by 4? So that should give, I think, can I do mod? That should give me 2. No, it should be 4. 16 divided by 4. What if it's an odd number? Plus 14, 13 mod 3 divided by 4. That will be 3 plus 3 is 16. Okay. Oh no, it's not divided by. Okay, and I can just do plus 13 in the end. No. I guess, can I just do len plus len mod 4? Yeah, so I guess if it's 4, so it'll be 4 plus 0. And if it's 3, it will be plus, oh fuck. Yeah, I'm not sure. Figure that out tomorrow because my stomach's hurting. And yeah, but I think it's not too hard. I mean, there must be a way. Just need to round the last byte up to 4. Alright, hope you have a good one. I'm sorry for like stopping it midway. But yeah, my stomach's been hurting all morning. Alright, hope you have a good one. I'll see you back here tomorrow. But I think it's almost done. This is the only thing to do. I think version should be fine after that. Just leave this here. I think I'll remember. And there's an error as well. Alright, I'm gonna call it a day. Thank you for hanging out. And I'll see you back here tomorrow. See ya.